to our live section, and it's day 2 on our most interesting topic we've been on. Why are my cakes always hard? Okay, yes, I talked about 3 points. If you haven't watched it, you can check my channel for the 3 major points I listed. Today, I'm going to talk about some other few points as to the reason why your cakes can be hard. So, number 1 on today's list is your recipe. The recipe you're using for whichever cakes you're working on has a key and vital role it plays in the final outcome of the product. What am I saying? There are some recipes that calls for more flour. For example, you can't be baking a vanilla cake and I'm baking a vanilla cake. You understand? Say for 250 grams of butter. What is butter? The mixture of your butter and the sugar is the butter, right? So now, your recipe can call for same equal number of flour, which is 250 grams. Mine can call for 350 grams. Definitely. You cannot expect the texture of a person whose flour is 250 grams to be the same with the person whose flour is 350 grams. The texture cannot be the same. I'm just citing an example, right? I'm not saying for every vanilla cake you are going to bake or whatever, the cakes has to be 250 grams. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if your recipe calls for more flour, your cake tends to be harder. So if you are experiencing a tough cake, then you should check on your recipe. Check on the flour level that you are using. And the quantity of eggs matters a lot. That's the second one I'm headed to. Now, I can't be working with 250 grams of cake and my recipe calls for 5 eggs and yours is calling for 2 eggs. Of course, our cakes cannot have the same texture because I'm incorporating more liquid in my recipe. Yours has shorter liquid. And even from the butter, you'll be able to tell, okay, this cake is going to be hard because the butter itself is already looking thick. So, of course, why are you expecting your cake to come out looking soft? Do you understand? Another thing, incorporating more liquid now. My recipe can call for milk. Yours is not calling for milk. Or you choose to, or your recipe should have milk, but you choose to exempt milk. Now, my recipe that is calling for milk and yours that is not calling for milk, it can have the same texture. Because why? My butter tends to be more lighter than your butter. So at the end of the day, you are going to have a tougher cake than my cake. Right? So that's another one. Okay. Having said all of this, you can look, I've mentioned about 3 points in my first video. I've mentioned another 3 points in this video. Definitely, if you are watching this video, it means that your cakes has been somehow looking strong, right? You sit back and look at it. All these things that I've listed, which of them am I experiencing? Am I regulating the heat of my oven in the wrong way? Okay. Am I adding more flour to my butter as opposed to the regular quantity of flour that should be incorporated in my butter? Okay. And the liquid quantity in my butter, is it shorter? Because that's a factor, right? Then, some people use sugar syrup to soften their cakes. Now, when you are never going to know that, okay, this cake was, there's a sugar syrup in it, because by the time they cut through, for example, if you decorate a buttercream cake, and while you are layering, you layer the first one, you put your sugar syrup, you put your buttercream. Now, say as somebody that have seen such a beautiful cake, okay, let me have a taste of this cake and see how the texture is like. Then when you cut through, wow, this cake is super moist. It's so moist. What could have been in it? Sugar syrup. Sugar and water. I'm going to make a video of how to prepare sugar syrup. right? That is if you want it. I'm going to make a video on that. It's very simple. Now, somebody that has a sugar syrup in their cakes, the texture of the cake cannot be like you that is not putting anything. So all of these things are things you put into consideration when making a cake. These are the things, these are the factors that will make your cakes to either be, stronger or softer. Now, having said this, these live sections are going to be more interesting. And if there's any topic you want me to treat, you can let me know in the comment section. I will always be glad to help out. But it's going to be more interesting when you leave a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your trials are and where your fails are. That way, I will be able to incorporate it into the next video and then I will take it. All right? Thank you so much for staying to this live action. I'm still Maman Rukayat. So see you next time. Please kindly introduce yourself if you watch this video in the comment section. Bye.